schedule release. Lovejoy, Wildcats, yes sir. New head coach, we already talked to him on the channel. Jabari Wilder. I think they got a stud head coach. That is how you get it done. And I think this will be a team. Year one, right? They're going to have a little bit of growing pains now because they're young. But you look at this team, a year from now, 2 years, they're going to be good because everything going to be implemented. They're going to have the right staff, the right play. Watch what I'm talking about now. Watch what I'm talking about. So this year may be a little bit of a growing pain year, but I think Lovejoy will be competitive. Let's talk about their schedule. So, Sumter County. We've already talked about Sumter County, how good they are. Weapons galore when you look at the wide receiver spot. Omari Woodard, going to be a team to watch for. 12-2 last year, ended up losing to Carver Columbus. I mean, it's not Carver Columbus, excuse me. Hateville Charter, 24-18 overtime. That's a good scrimmage game, good tune-up game to see where you at. They should be very good in 2026. Then you're going to play against Westlake. Now, Westlake has a new head coach we talked about on the channel, and obviously Kevin Whitley. Now, Westlake is kind of like Newton a little bit, right? Always superly talented. Can you finally make a run? Can you make a run to the semifinals? Can you make a run to the state championship game? Can you win it all, right? I think they have the head coach to do it. Coach the Creekside, coach to several destinations, and he has a winning record. Now, they're loaded with talent when you look at Westlake. Elias Gandy. Roscoe Hayes is another one, stud wide receiver. A running back room led by Jacob Jackson. And then they got guys on the defensive side of the ball like Cortez Jones, Elijah Cox. All guys just chomping at the bit, ready to take up the next step. So Westlake should be much improved. That would be a really good game at Morrow Stadium. I think it's an inner city classic. Good, obviously, test to kind of see where they are. Now, the following week, they have, obviously, a Wildcat Classic. I'm going to assume... See, I was thinking Monday's Mill Tigers, potentially, because obviously that's a close matchup. But what if that's Stockbridge? I don't know. Both for Tigers. That one's hard to know for me, but we'll break down each one. Stockbridge, obviously a team. They lost Cruz Marion. They lost some pieces, but they got Gavin Kitchen, right? They got Zion Robinson. They got Mason Freeman. They can run the ball, obviously, with the stud Dominic Tucker. They still got Josh Scott. Pretty good defense, right? So, team that's going to still be loaded in 2027 under head coach Bama. Now, Monday's Mill's in a full rebuild, essentially, y'all. Lost all of his talent. They did have Jeremiah Rowe, who's ended up going off, highly rated 3-star prospect. It's going off, I think, to East Carolina. But nonetheless, man, obviously a team that's a little bit in of a rebuild. New head coaching staff, building things out will take some time. So whichever one that is, y'all, I don't know. That's why I broke down both. Whether it's Stockbridge or whether that's Monday's Mill, we will find out. But that is my thoughts. All right, then Northside Columbus. We talked about them a little bit on the channel. So they don't have too many games, y'all. They pretty much jump right into region play. Now, you got to watch out the running game from Northside Columbus. Alex Tarbobo, 191 yards rushing, y'all, and 7 touchdowns. Quarterback situation is really interesting. They have Travis Wakefield and Max Thrash. Will they split reps next year, or will they have a guy? I'm still not sure. Again, I'm still new to Northside Columbus, but from what I've seen, those are the players to watch. We'll see how they look defensively. They have to replace a lot of their talent. But then, again, another game will be very interesting to watch. They should be able to do their thing, but they have to travel on the road to Northside Columbus. Then you have Noonan. Noonan is loaded. Noonan should be good yet again next year. Got to replace Rodney Colton, Josiah Smith, but you bring back Brody Campbell, right, which we talked about a lot on the channel. Very good, committed to Georgia. I think he can play quarterback at the next level. All depends on what he wants to do. Then you got stud wide receivers Jalen Britt, who plays basketball, and John Matthews, who's a top 2028 wide receiver. But yes, so that'll be very interesting, man. Noonan's going to be, that's probably going to be one of the top games to watch next year for Lovejoy. They're young thoroughbreds going up against them. Watch out for that. All right, then you got Langston Hughes, right? The era of Mook money. We talked about it. Prince Amario Minu. Is he ready to go? They're going to have Dale Perry, who's a two-way stud for them. Pretty long time since they had that. Got to replace Darnell Kelly. Got to replace Xavier, obviously Taylor. Got to replace Quantavious Wiggins, Got to replace Carson Baker and a couple of other coaches as well at position groups. But again, Langston Hughes is Langston Hughes. Will they be as good? I don't know, right? All depends on the step forward that Prince Amario Minu can take forward, because Darnell Kelly led them to a 12-1 record, and you can make the argument it could have been a state championship game against Thomas County Central if it wasn't for that long layoff and that delay, obviously going with Gainesville, because they was rolling when I seen them play, obviously, Lee County. Next up, you got Tri-Cities, another team that's a little bit of a rebuild. Didn't win a game last year. Went 0-10, got DeAnthony Grooms. Obviously, he'll be one to watch if they can keep him, but a team in a total rebuild. Then you have Morrow. Morrow, obviously, I talked about earlier with Christian Speakman going to, obviously, Georgia Tech. So the talent's there, but a new head coach, I think, in Jarrett Laws. That's a homecoming game, obviously, for Lovejoy. Should be able to handle business in that one, but nonetheless, we'll see what they'll be able to do if Morrow can take a step forward. Then Creekside, that is the nitty-gritty, another game. So, like, a lot of the games, elite games are at home this year. Like, playing Creekside at home, Lovejoy 12 Oak Stadium, that's going to be a hell of a game. Creekside's going to be good once again. You look at all the talent, Armani Hill, Gary Walker, Tavari Terrell, Major Lavelle. The list goes on and on, bro. Like, Creekside should be right back in that conversation to win a state championship in 6A football, period. Then they play against Woodward Academy, a team that has to replace, obviously, Blake Stewart. Two-way star, obviously, for them. They're going to have Ryan Harrigan, who does a really good job at the quarterback position. Had a lot of touchdown passes, doesn't turn over the ball a whole bunch. And they got some weapons that they can obviously get the ball to as well. They're going to be a team to watch out for, but be very interesting to see if they can get a spot. Then you look at McIntosh, led by Dallas Ward. Obviously, they got to replace Brendan Riley, who's their two-way athlete for them. Got a pretty decent offensive line. McIntosh is a team that went 3-7, trying to continue to take steps forward as a program and as a team. But obviously in a very tough region with Langston Hughes, Creekside, Woodward, Noonan. It's going to be interesting, man. This region is going to be off the racks. Probably one of the tougher regions in 6A, in my humble opinion. So what do I have them obviously doing? I think they can get up on potentially on Westlake. It all depends on how they come out. But I think they can get up on Westlake. The Tigers matchup, I don't know if that's Mundy's Mill or Stockbridge. If it's Stockbridge, I got them taking the L. If it's Mundy's Mill, I got them winning that game. So let's just say, for all intents and purposes, 1-1. I think they can beat Northside Columbus as well. So I'm going to give them a 2-1. Noonan's going to be tough. Noonan's at home. Noonan's talented. They loaded. I got 2-2, unfortunately, for Lovejoy in that one. Then I got them sliding, obviously, going up against Langston Hughes. I think 2-3 road game. Fairburn. I don't got them winning that one. But then they got them going on a two-game winning streak. I think they're going to beat Tri-Cities, and I think they're going to beat Morrow. So that gives them, obviously, 4-3 on the year. Then they play Creekside at home. Lord have mercy. Don't got them being Creekside. Creekside's a different breed, different talent, different level coaching. No disrespect to Lovejoy. No disrespect. I just think they might be a little bit ahead. But give Coach Wilder a chance to cook, and they'll be on that, potentially, on that level. Now, 4-4, you're still in a good spot. 2 games to go. You're going to have to split this or win both of these games, I think, if you Lovejoy and you want to make the postseason. I think the playoff spot is going to come down to Woodward Academy and McIntosh. Those are 2 games you have to win. I think they will be able to win those and shock some people and come out 6-4. To be a young team with Gideon Galwao, Bayeti, and obviously having to replace a new quarterback, new head coach, that's pretty damn good. You know what I'm saying, in my opinion. So I got Lovejoy 6-4 on the season. I think they will surprise a couple of people, take their chops early. By the end of the day, I think they're going to find a way to get into the postseason and surprise some folks. 6-4 record for me, for the Lovejoy Wildcats.